All right, everybody, welcome. Joe White is here. Is it live? And then we're live. Welcome, everybody. Joe White here from Get Life Coaching, and I just had a few minutes here to kill. So I figured I would jump on and just check in. Hope everybody's doing well out there. It continues to be a very interesting period of our lives. So what I really wanted to kind of share with you is, this thing that just fucks up our lives, and that is fear, right? It does not matter. We know that in times of uncertainty, fear, how we respond to fear, is amplified, is greater. And we also know that, things are challenging still, right? I mean, we got the pandemic, we got the elections, right? We have school starting. And we got to pay attention to how we respond, hey, Mary, to fear, right? Because all fear is learned, right? We are first born into this world. There's only two fears that we come into this world, and that is called the Mora reflex, the fear of loud noises, and fear of falling. Everything else is learned. Now, I'm not here to say just ignore the fear, because fear is unfortunately or fortunately part of the human conditioning, but it's how we respond to it. Because there's a phrase that we say, what in our brain, what is fired together becomes wired together. What that means is whatever you do consistently is going to be consistent in your life. Because everything that we do, think, say, feel is just like connections in our brains. And when we respond to fear in an unhealthy way, what's an unhealthy way? God, man, people are pissed off and angry about all sorts of shit in this world. People are pissed off that athletes are protesting. They have nothing to do with them. They don't even watch sports, but they're pissed off about it, right? And I don't want to say that there's not things in life that you should not feel compelled to, right? Especially during these times. But fear is driving us, because fear is a learned behavior, right? Fear is what we do when we feel a sense of threatening. But understand the nervous system. There is fear and then there's danger. Danger is different, man. Dangerous is walking down a street and hearing someone come up from behind you, or hearing someone trying to break in your house, right? That mechanism, right? I mean, that's not fear, that's danger, right? That's what danger is. If you hear someone like knocking at your door or trying to get in, it really is meant to put you in a heightened state of awareness, is fight or flight. But fear, the acronym, false evidence appearing real. I'll repeat that slower for you. False evidence appearing real. We're making decisions. We're reacting to things we have no evidence on. And this is not a statement of politics. It's not a statement of anything. It's a statement of the human condition. What happens is when we act in fear, we condition our brain to do it again. But here's where we screw ourselves. The threshold for reaction drops. In other words, the more you react to fear, the easier it is for you to react in fear. So how do you overcome it? Come firewalk, right? There's a lots of different ways. You can go straight through fear. That is one of the things that I've learned in my life. For me, the best way through fear is, the best way to get over fear is straight through it. Just barrel through it. Because whatever we conjure up in our head is always 10,000 times worse than the reality of the situation. But I'm going to take a different path. And this path is a path of curiosity. Here's what I mean. I remember really early on in my life, my 20s. I was in my 20s, my early 30s. And I was in this pattern of relationships where I would see someone for a couple of months. Things were great in the beginning. And then my needs weren't getting met. I mean, I was still, I had like 5, 6 years clean. So I still was a mess up here. And all this stuff that I teach today, I was coaching, but I didn't understand it at the depth I have today. So I didn't know what was going on. But I would hit this wall 3, 4, 5 months into it. And I no longer felt my needs getting met. And I was unhappy. I wasn't good at conveying my feelings. Fuck, I didn't even know how I felt, right? I just felt. And I would end up breaking up on every relationship because it was like, this isn't for me. I'm out of here, right? And I can remember this day. I'm on my couch watching TV. And it was during the nighttime. I was thinking, like, this isn't working. I got to end this. And it hit me that this is what I do. This is my pattern, right? My pattern is that I run when things become uncomfortable. And the problematic side of that for the individual is we create stories, we create reasons. Well, she's not like this, and she doesn't do this, and she's changed. And we'll just make up stories to justify our exit strategies. And I'm like, but I don't feel this is the right fit for me. But I began to understand the nature of this, that I was beginning to just repeat a cycle. It was Groundhog's Day, but it was more like 6 months instead of a day. And I said to myself, I gotta figure out what's on the other side. Maybe this person isn't right for me, but I'm not basing my choices on what's in front of me. I'm basing them upon what's happened to me in the past, and I'm basing them on what I fear, I believe could happen in the future. But understand, when we project into the future, all it is a reconstruction of our past projected into the future. And I said to myself, I got to find out what's on the other side. I got to push through this. I have to, be the best person I can, not just go through the motions and say, see, I tried, it didn't work. But really commit to this person and feel the difference. See, my calibration, I didn't know if I felt off on this relationship because it was my own shit or her or some combination. See, you can't always trust your optics, especially if there's fear involved, because it gives you a distorted reality, and all we do is make up stories to justify it. Right? I remember talking to a friend, telling him, he's like, well, sounds like she's not the right one, but he has no relationship either. He runs the same patterns as me. We find people with the same crap, the same patterns to support us. Well, maybe you should take a break from each other, all that crazy stuff. And I pushed through it. It didn't work out. And that was for the best. But it taught me a valuable lesson, that how easy it is to react. And the mechanics, right? I began to understand the mechanics of reaction, and how by reacting today reinforces reacting tomorrow and the next day. And the more you do it, it seems normal. It seems ordinary. Well, it's not ordinary. Now, sometimes in life, being still is our greatest resource. Now, you got to understand, this is Joe White. I am telling you about being still. Right? I got U's in kindergarten. U's unsatisfactory because A, I wouldn't sit still. I stopped taking naps at 2. And the other U came from I talk too much. So, I mean, like, ha 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 to my kindergarten teacher. Look at my life now. And look what I do. I talk and I move a lot. but it taught me the power of being still. Now I can synthesize it down so much greater today. And it was more like just reacting like an instinct, just like, not understanding. But there is power of being still, realizing what you see may not be real. What you feel may not be real. What you see may not be real. What you think may not be real. It could be, but may not be. You have to recalibrate. And you can't recalibrate every single time. Something comes up, you react. Something comes up, you react. Something comes up, react. Right? They're just a Pavlovian dog. Someone's ringing a bell and you're salivating. So there's an art of being still, of seeing how you feel, going through a process. We're so afraid to go through a process of discomfort. That's one of the reasons why I love some of the stuff that I do. I love pushing my body. I love firewalking. Whether it's, skydiving or bull riding. Yeah, I rode bulls, right? Whatever I did. Because that shit just scared the crap out of me. I was never that guy that stood there and go, I got it. I was always the guy like, what the hell are you doing, you idiot? Get down. Stop this. But by understanding that and pushing through and seeing what's on the other side, not just seeing to the optics of what I'm projecting out based upon my past, I began to recalibrate. And today I still do this. I do this on small scales. Like if I'm upset about something, I sit on it. I don't trust my reactions. Sometimes my initial response is my final response. But sometimes it's not. I hate saying this, but you can't always trust yourself. You can't always trust what shows up in that visceral moment. Pause. Breathe through it. Learn it's okay. Learn to come out of the other side and see how you feel there. If not, woof woof. Let me say hi to a few people. Stephanie! My firewalker from San Diego. I love San Diego. I was like this close to moving there. And this close to moving to like Northern California. I would have been a good California boy. Miriam, hola, como esta? And thank you everyone else. I gotta get on a call. I just felt a bit inspired here in a little open window of my Friday day. I wish you all well. I wish you all peace, love, and be still. So until we speak again, rattle the cage. Have a great day. Bye-bye.